If you do go on to enjoy today's video, please remember to hit that like button and of course subscribe for more content. And if you need any coins for Ultimate Team to get a head start on the game, head to the link in the description. Use the code TVM for a discount at checkout. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're going to look at the best starter players under 10k, or at least that's the theory, in FIFA 21. We're only 5 or 6 days away now. If you get early access, of course, you get the game on the 1st. And up first, we are going to talk about Paulinho. Now, some of these cards may be teetering on the edge of just over 10k, but the majority should be well under. Paulinho looks like a very well-rounded player, and of course, because he doesn't play in a top 5 league, much like the next player, which is going to be Talisca, realistically, they should be quite cheap. Very early on, Talisca should be around 4,000 to 5,000 coins, no more than that. Of course, Paulinho links into him quite nicely, so you should be able to have a decent start to your midfield there for 10k combined, which is nice to see. Moving on to Dembele, of course, plays in the same league. You could make a little triangle out of those. Of course, you would need to then link Dembele in. For some reason, he doesn't have a badge for his club. But either way, he should be really cheap and quite a useful CDN-esque player early on. Giovinco has had his legs completely chopped off. However, with that dribbling as high as it is, and the passing being okay, his short passing immediately anyway should be decent. You might be able to get away with using Giovinco very early doors, and he should be quite cheap. Deulofeu, unfortunately, now in the Championship, but still, with that Spanish flag, able to link to a lot of nice players. Now, I don't think I've got that many Spanish players in this entire video thinking about it, so maybe I should have thought about that. Rudiger at the back is going to be one of those players that is used an awful lot at the very beginning to link in other leagues. Of course, he's in the Premier League, which is nice, but being German, he links in some of the best-looking defenders this FIFA. We'll get to those in a bit. Podence of Wolves looks good for a 78 rated card. Great pace, nice dribbling. We've already used him in a starter squad. I think he was in the Premier League starter squad that was released yesterday. If you haven't checked that out, feel free to do so. But he should be quite cheap and definitely a useful player. Now we're going to move on to our MLS contingency. Opara is always a card in FIFA that is useful. Unfortunately, not always a card that people will go for. And the reason for that, of course, is links. He doesn't have great links. However, with the amount of decent MLS players knocking about this season, you might be able to get him into a team. Pavon being another one. Great pace. Argentinian this season as well looks to be quite good. There are quite a few players you could link Pavon to. You could get some sort of MLS hybrid on the go. Maybe we'll do a little squad builder about that soon. Matuidi now, of course, plays for Inter Miami. And he will link to Higuain, incidentally, if you're interested, because he plays for Inter Miami as well. However, I don't think he's going to be under 10k, but not that he'd be that useful anyway. But Matuidi does look pretty decent, considering Martinez looks absolutely fantastic. Maybe not on face stats, but if you look at his in-games, he does look like a really good, capable player. And it's the same situation every single season with Martinez. Yes, good player. However, linking him into a team isn't easy. Rafa, 83 rated. I think he's been downgraded, correct me if I'm wrong. Was he 84? Either way, 87 dribbling and 94 pace means he should be a very cheap and cheerful player. Maybe bang on that 10k, but to be honest, because of his league, probably cheaper. Kunde, not sure how to say his name. I think he's been linked with Premier League clubs as well. Is Manchester United one of those teams interested? Either way, for a very early on starter player, this looks pretty good. You know, 77 pace, 81 defending, not bad at all. Ocampos, will he be rare? Will he be non-rare? Not sure. EA have already admitted that they've made a few mistakes with their database release, so who knows. But either way, he looks like a very good, capable, well-rounded player. Maybe in a central midfield type character, or a cam. Let's move on to Salvio, but stick with the Argentinian theme, because as I said, there are an awful lot of decent Argentinians knocking about the place. Of course, Salvio is not going to be easy to fit into a team. However, he could be, because there are a few decent strikers and central midfield players and the like. Salvio's got good pace and decent dribbling, as has Centurion. Is that how you say his name? Centurion? No idea. 91 pace, 84 dribbling. Of course, he did have a Sudamericana card, in FIFA 20. That is returning this year, so I don't know whether they'll be in the game right from the beginning. Avila from La Liga, but of course, sticking with that Argentinian theme. In-game stats for this guy look very, very nice. Now, you can, I think, this year, get away with not having great pace because you can control the runs of players. Correa being another Argentinian, always dubbed as the cheap Messi. with 84 pace, 86 dribbling, looks decent. But like I said, you can control the runs. You know, you can send players on runs and control the direction that they do. So you could maybe get away with using slightly slower players. Now, staying with South America, Neres, is he rare? Is he non-rare? Nobody seems to know. Either way, he should come under that 10k price mark. And of course, does have the 5-star skills combined with 85 dribbling and 86 pace. He looks like a pretty good card. Diaby from the Bundesliga and Leverkusen more specifically with great pace. Unbelievably good pace. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is he 4-star, 4-star? He's there or thereabouts. He should be a really, really good player to kick things off. And of course, you have hybrid links with him because he's French. Ribery being one of those options. And as a cam, Ribery actually offers an awful lot. You know, you wouldn't really think it because Ribery has obviously gone away. He's come back. And much like Arjen Robben, doesn't seem like he's that usable, but Ribery's got an awful lot going for him. Kovacic is probably the only player in the entire video, maybe the exception of one, that could be over 10k at the very beginning of the game. Because he's so versatile, you can use him as a CDM, you can use him as a box-to-box. I think he'll be really good in FIFA 21. Politano was used an awful lot in FIFA 20, not the base card, but the, what was it, like a season objective or whatever it may be. That card, well, it wasn't a season, it was a milestone card, wasn't it? Either way, it was used an awful lot. The base card should still be usable at the very beginning of the game. Martins of Monaco looks like a really good card, and you can imagine he'll be super cheap. Couple of thousand coins at best. And that's because people always overlook Martins. He does always suffer from bad weak foot or bad skill moves or one or the other as well. But either way, should be decent for early doors. Delaney is going to kick off our next Bundesliga stint. We've got quite a few Dortmund players to get through, but Delaney, again, for that CDM role or even that sort of box-to-box-esque or ball-winning midfielder role, should be pretty good, should be quite cheap as well. Conrad Lima, if he is non-rare, will go for a very, very low price early on, but again, much like Delaney, not as good, but with that pace being as high as it is, and the defensive capability that he has, he should be quite good as a CDM. Moving on to two Dortmund players. Piszczek has had a position change this year from a right back to a centre back. Maybe not. I don't really know why. Either way, that gives you an awful lot of option now. You can link Piszczek, and then of course on the centre back being, I don't know, a Kanji for example. Good pace on him as well, decent defending, and then of course you could put Berkey behind, or Hitz is the other goalkeeper you could choose. I didn't put any goalkeepers in this video, by the way, because goalkeepers are like 10 a penny. It really doesn't matter whether you've got De Gea or whether you've got some bronze card. I don't know why I use De Gea as the go-to. Tyson, not an easy player to link, again, because of the league. However, the nation makes it somewhat possible. 92 pace, 86 dribbling, looks like a decent card. To be fair, he always has a decent card every single year. Will he get used? Who knows? Servi, again, another Argentinian player. They are coming out from all angles. 92 pace, 84 dribbling, normally has 4-star skills as well. Nice, very, very nice, cheap and cheerful player for 78 rated, non-rare at the very beginning of the game, 1,000 coins. Malem gives you a decent link to Neres, of course, of Ajax, so there's that option. Could link him into Arjen Robben as well if you're interested in sort of bringing back the crew. You could bring in Frank Ribery in there as well. Moving on to Atal. Now, he is going to be one of the better right-backs in the game very early on because of that pace, because of that dribbling. The overlap will be used an awful lot, I'm sure. I think he'll be a really good card. He should be under 5k realistically. Moving on to Icone. Now, last season in FIFA 20, he had a Future Stars card, which was okay for about 5 minutes, and then the cracks started to show. This card, 79 rated, good pace, good dribbling, should theoretically be a very decent card at the start of the game, in particular if you're playing the likes of squad battles. Lozano, will he be non-rare? I don't know, seems a bit weird. With 93 pace and 81 dribbling, you really can't. Not too bad shooting, okay short passing. I think many people will be using this very early on. A super sub, if anything else. And moving on to our final player, who I actually don't think is going to be under 10k at the first few days of the game, and that is going to be Klosterman. 80 rated. Is he a non-rare? Is he a rare? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. However, 84 pace and 82 defending on an 80 rated centre-back. There is absolutely no way this guy's going to be cheap. You might be paying sort of 10, but he should be in and around between 10 and 15k, I would have thought, at the very beginning of the game. Don't be silly. Don't pay stupid money for this guy. Wait, he will come down. Either way, that is going to complete the list of players who I think are going to be fantastic at the start of FIFA for under 10,000 coins. There probably are a few that I've missed out, and feel free to let me know who they are in the comments. You can send me your squads via Twitter and, of course, via the comment section as well. But if you have enjoyed today's video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for new, and until the next time, goodbye.
Football Index. The game changed. Download the app now.